Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's H here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your very own Roblox GFX just like I do without a Roblox rig, the easiest way to do that. Alright, so first up, you just want to open a plain base plate, and GFX works better in Blender if you find the correct middle of your base plate, because that's where it will appear in the Blender. So, also, I'm going to be doing this with Blender 2.82a. Yeah, 2.82a. So let me just move this person. I did this one yesterday. It's Stargirl from a new show that I was watching. Well, it's not really new. It is difficult. It's on CW. Go watch it. It's pretty good. So first of all, what you need is plugins, and you need the Moon Animator Suite. So you want to open Character Inserter, and which one should I do? If, let's say, I wanted to, let's do Salty Beanie. So that's just, these are just people that I've done before, so I'm just gonna do this and insert R6 because it renders better in cycles for Blender. But if you're gonna use a rig, use R6 because then you can just move the limbs easier either way and it doesn't look choppy and stuff. So just click R6 and insert. So then you can X out of that, and then oh dear. Oh my. There's a demon shadow behind her. Okay. I'm just gonna remove that, actually. Cursed shadow. I'm just gonna remove that. And so, I put this little glowy blocky thingy right there. Called just center piece. Oops. I just put it there so I know where the middle of it is, and it's easier to find it. So what I did to do that was I went to my Explorer, I clicked on Baseplate right here, and then I went to Model and Scale. And then all of these are these things. This is to scale it like up and down and stuff. So, I just held that there, and then I put this thing where under where this was, because that means it's the middle of it. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna move this to on top of here, and then what you gotta do is go to Plugins, Moon Animator, and then I'm just gonna size it down and put it over here because that's what I usually do. You should go to File, New Animation. This is basically just posing it. Go watch my how to model and animate characters in Roblox. It's really easy. Then New Animation, I'll just do Salty. And then what you gotta do is you click this plus right here. Yours might look different. I just changed the colors of mine. Just click the plus right here. Drag this over, and then click the humanoid root part, the torso. And then on this thing, you'll see that, let me size it up. You'll see that there's a rig and a C-frame. If I uncheck that, it doesn't do anything, but make sure only rig is checked because you only need that, and then click OK. And then you can just click that and move it around and stuff. As I said, you can watch my other tutorial. So if I were to go like this, I'll go to I do this and that, and and then I can just model, and I can just model the way I want it, and then press R to go like that, and then R again, and then I can just let me turn that a little bit and then go backwards. And then, yeah, and then that should be it, because it's really easy to pose it and stuff. And then I can go like this, and then I can turn it so it's facing this way. just gonna turn it so it's facing that way because in Blender it goes from here. So I'll just do that. And then what you do is you go to Explore and then click on this. I'm gonna just rename this Salty. And then I'm just gonna right click on the model and then click Export Selection. Don't X out of Moon Animator because if you X out of that, then it will it will mess up the pose. Alright, so what you gotta do is just find a folder or something that you want to save it in. Then I'll do like Salty's model right there, and then just click Save. And it should be all good. And then you can go to File on Moon and Save and Close. And then I can just switch it over there, and I can just publish that, and then X out of it. Alright, so in your folders, in the one that you saved it, go to, this is just mine, GFX models. So I have a whole bunch of them, but I'm just gonna move all of these textures real fast so I don't get mixed up. Alright, so now I moved all of my textures into my GFX textures folder under GFX models. So all the way at the bottom, this is the texture for Salty. You wanna keep that, and then find the model where you do that. And this computer right here is too tiny to handle Blender. It needs a better graphics card, and I don't have that. So I just put it into my drive and save it, and I'll come to you when I'm in. Alright guys, sorry if the audio's a little bad. It's just that I don't use OBS on this, I just use the Windows screen recorder. So what you gotta do is when you open Blender, go to just create a general project, and this one, and this, to get rid of this cube, make sure it's highlighted, just click it. You can click delete or X and then delete, and then get rid of the light as well, and then go to File, Import Wavefront OBJ right here, and then I'm just gonna find my model. So I have if the file doesn't show up, I'm sorry because it's kind of invisible. But see, I did it the right way that time. And if you want to move around in Blender like this, like this, like move around and stuff, you can use WASD and then click the stop. To do that, go to View, Navigation, and then Fly Navigation, and then right click and create and then right click, and then it'll ask you to create a keyboard shortcut, and then do that, and then that's really easy. Alright, so first of all, make sure this is like double click this or something, and then this shading view, turn it to this one for now, and then go to up here to the little the render properties, click Eevee and click to cycles, and then go down to the shading, the material properties, and then go and then click on. Okay, so you see this. This is the one. It's just one texture. So click on that, and then surface will be open, and then go to base color, and then hit the circle, and then click image texture, and then that should turn black. And do this for every single one, and make sure the textures are named the same. Then you open this and find the texture of your model. So I have one called textures, and then I find Salty one and the text, and then it will have a tex.png. If it's tex, then it's the it's the texture. Then find the texture and click open, and it should give your character texture. Then if you want a HDRI, go to HDRI Haven and get one. I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so this is HDRIHaven.com. So if you want an HDRI, which is basically like a world renowned, like the whole world lighting, go to HDRIs, and then click all, and then pick one that best fits the lighting that you want. So let's go like this one. I have this one already, so I'm gonna click this. It's loading, okay. And then go down to the download section and hit 4K. Because that's the best one because of 4K. Alright, so once you're back in Blender, make sure your character is double clicked, but then click off so it's not highlighted by the orange. And then go to the output properties right under the camera, and then this is the resolution of the camera right here. So you can change it to how much you want. For an icon, I usually do 1000 by 1000 because then that's square. And then this percentage is, so this is, the 100 is normal, and then 200 is 4K. 4K is better quality, as in like better resolution, because 4K is just makes it a bigger file. So if you want to share, some websites don't allow you to go over a certain amount of megabytes, so I just would keep it at 100. So what you want to do is go to viewport shading, the last one right here. And then you'll see if on cycles it looks pretty realistic. So what you want to do to get to your camera, go to this toggle camera view right here. And then Shift F I use to move. And then just WASD in the mouse to control it. And then like this. And then I can go like that. I like that. That's good. But let's try to move it this way a little bit. There, I think that's good. So that once that's done, I'm just gonna move back to a good, just gonna move back to a good view. And then make sure this is not highlighted, nothing's highlighted. Then go to this world properties icon. Let me just put that there. And then go to color, the circle, and click environment texture. And then click open and choose your HDRI file, that HDR file that you saved. So I'm going to choose, I'm just going to search up HDR and going to find one that I like. And it should do that. So yeah, that one is good. So if I go here, it'll toggle the camera view, and then that looks pretty good. So if you want the background to be transparent and not this background, because if you render it like that, it will the background will stay there. So go to the where the render properties, go down to film, hit the arrow, and click transparent right here, and then you can close that. And then it will fill, and then it will turn the background transparent. Go to the camera view. You can set it however you like. And then once you're done, go to render and render image. And then it should be done in a matter of time. And then once yours is done rendering, hope you guys can see this, but if you go to image up here and then click save or save as, and then save it to a file that you want. I just have one for renders, so I'll just do Salty's render one, and then I just save that. Alright guys, so once you're done making or rendering whatever you want, you can position other ways as well and render it differently, but I'm just going to stick to one render with this, and I think this is pretty good without using a rig. So I just downloaded that because I have another computer that I use for Blender. So now you want to get Paint.net or Photoshop. Paint.net and Photoshop have a lot of similarities, but Photoshop has a lot of other things that well, it's better, but Paint.net is the closest free thing. So I guess if you don't want to pay for Photoshop, then I recommend getting Paint.net because it's easier. Or you can just use Pixlr or like Photopea or something, or any other ones like iPicky. iPicky's good. It's like Paint.net. It just has more editing stuff. But okay, so I'm trying to find the render. Okay, here it is, and I'm just opening that, and then I want to add a new layer and drag this layer behind the background so I have a background, and then I'm going to look up a background or whatever you want. Let's say alleyway. Oops. Okay. Like that. Or we could try this one. Maybe? Yeah, we can try that one. Copy. That looks kind of animated, but yeah. And then you just copy the image, and then you can hit Control V and paste it, and then drag it the way you want to. I'm just gonna drag it that way. And then find a good way to position it. Now I kind of don't like that, but you can just press delete to find other ones. Wait, let's do clothing store. Maybe this one would work nicely. And then just copy that, go back to Paint.net and Control V. And then click keep canvas size because you want it to be normal. So let's do that. And then make sure you have this layer selected. Go, and if you want to blur the background just a little bit, go to Effects, Blurs, and then Gaussian Blur. And I'm just going to move that over there. And then let's blur that just a little bit like that. And then go to Background, add another layer on top of it. Go to Text, and we can find the different sizes. So let's do that. That's 36. No, that's too small. Let's do 84. That's better. Maybe we could do white. And then you can find different test fonts that you want. You can go to defont.com and download some. You can either look up how to download them or something, or read the description. You do have to extract them though, but okay, so this is like my favorite one. It's called Flu Gums, and it's kind of like a graffiti one. And make sure you have like caps lock on because it only works with caps lock. So I can just do I don't know. What should I do? Let's do clothing. Okay, so like that, I guess. I could do that down here. And then you can just choose what you like, what color you want, or in different stuff. So let's do that for there. And then I'll make another layer, and then do like free clothing. Like that. Okay, I just made up a name, HDR's Clothing, because HDRI. Dead jokes. So, if you want to add like a shadow or something to the character, you can duplicate the render by, let me just drag that, by hitting this duplicate layer, and then like drag it behind it, and make sure that's selected, and you can go to adjustments and hue and saturation. And if you want like a black one, just click OK. And then come over here to the moving icon and then click it, and just click it and then drag it that way and that way or something, and like there you go. And then it'll add like a little shadow. And then if you want to save that, just go to save as. Oops, I forgot something. So what I like to do is I add another layer, go to text, and make it a little, why is my color wheel keep going away? Did I click it out? Oops. I test out different sizes for different things, and then I just put my watermark right there. Right there. Maybe I can make it a little smaller. I'll put it right there, like that. So it's a watermark, so you know who made it. And then you can make your own watermark or something. You can even go to the brush, make like this, and then go to like that. I have a drawing monitor over there, which I can do my signature better. Let me just do that. I can just go like whatever. So what you can do to save is go File, Save, and then save it into like pictures, and then right here is the file you want to save it as. Click PNG and click like HDR's clothing icon, and then click save, and then this is what it will look like, and then click OK, and it'll ask since it's a PNG, do you want to flatten it? Click flatten. You want to flatten that. Alright, so once you're done, just enjoy your GFX and just repeat the process for any other one that you want. I will do a paint.net tutorial another day, but thank you guys for watching so much. Hope you enjoyed this and hope it's helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe down below and have an amazing day. And also, I am going to ask if I can make my own business email for any suggestions on videos you want me to do. Thanks guys, have a good day.